Hello, welcome to Secrets of Phantom Dust Part 2. Today we're going to cover jumping and instant dodging tracking projectiles. Since I think this is really useful and underlooked, this video will focus on dodging tracking projectiles with jumper abilities. This is any projectile you shoot at someone that basically follows straight to your opponent to different degrees. Things like reincarnation and bullet of fire. Even if you don't play a jumper, this video will help you determine when your attacks have the best chance of hitting them. There are a lot of other tricks, strengths, and weaknesses of jumpers that will be covered in a later guide more. First, we need to get out of the way what the 3 jumper types are, because they will affect your chance of dodging things. First, there are the regular jumpers. These are the characters that jump like the player/protagonist character. Every male jumper and Gain fit this category. They jump, land, and continue moving easily. Next, we have the Freya jumpers. This is only the character named Freya. When she jumps, she staggers on the ground when she lands. This makes it harder to chase someone or dodge repeatedly. For some reason though, she can generally dodge more projectile attacks than any other jumper when shot once. Repeatedly having to dodge projectiles can wear her down though. Finally, we have Subutaki, the 3rd jumper type, the worst jumper type. She also has a staggered landing like Freya, but her jump doesn't dodge like Freya's. For some reason, she's taller than all the other jumping characters, making it less possible for her to hide behind certain barriers. I can't find a single good reason to use her and don't recommend her. If I do find something new with her, you can check the video description for corrections. Okay, on to instant jumping. Generally, in Phantom Dust, projectiles are often best shot at a far medium range. Many projectiles can be walked around to the side of when shot at closer ranges. Jumping can also throw off the homing of projectiles. At a far medium range, certain skills like Blaster are impossible to dodge by just walking to the side. It's been popularly believed, even by me, that if you shot Blaster at a far medium range, a regular jumper can't dodge the attack. This appears to be true as you see the player walk and jump to the side and get nailed by Blaster while jumping. Freya, on the other hand, can walk to the side and dodge certain moves like Blaster with her jump. However, regular jumpers can actually dodge more projectiles like Blaster at a far medium range than you may think. You have to use a trick I call instant jumping. When a projectile like Blaster is shot at regular jumpers, take a second to pause your movement and wait for the projectile to get close enough to just about hit you. At this point, you quickly jump to the side right before the projectile would hit. If you time it right, you can dodge more projectiles than you would normally think possible with regular jumpers. This can make something like repeated blazing bullets shot at you a much more tolerable situation. To make use of this technique easier, I found swapping my left and right bumper button inputs helps. So I set my right bumper to jump and my left bumper to the button that toggles on and off other player name locators. I find it a little awkward to use jump with the left bumper button. Your Xbox One can change your controller configuration, and I recommend swapping those 2 positions. Freya can often dodge certain projectiles without using the instant jump technique, while regular jumpers must use it. However, using the instant jump technique can help her dodge even more moves. If your opponent shoots a projectile at you with -3 homing, Freya can dodge Fire of Gehenna using the instant jump technique. Even at default homing, Freya can often dodge hard-to-dodge projectiles like Agonies of Death more casually with her instant jump, while other jumpers have to use more elaborate ways of dodging Agonies of Death, which may even get impossible depending on where you are. An opponent with just +2 homing with Blaster will hit regular jumpers using the instant jump technique. If Freya can also dodge more projectiles in general, like reincarnation at default homing. Once you get to +4 homing, she seems to lose the ability to dodge certain projectiles. Once again, you'll have to experiment, but you should at least know how to test the basics of the technique now. You may even find instant jumping good enough to dodge a bloody ritual with Freya. Although the instant jump technique can dodge moves, that doesn't mean your opponent will. You can also mix things up by shooting at attacks at different heights or in different ways to throw them off. Regular jumpers can have mixed levels of difficulty in dodging tracking projectiles, like Faith's Greedy Spirit or Agonies of Death. Some approaches are to lead the projectile away, and then pause to perform an instant jump in another direction. Sometimes you even need to use an instant jump in a forward angular direction instead of just to the side. Although you're seeing some ways of dodging these moves with regular jumpers, it is also kind of a last resort to use. We'll close this section focusing on some very difficult jump dodging that Freya can pull off. When something like dense fog or magnetic field is used on your opponent, you can give them -3 homing. Freya can pull off some incredibly difficult dodges when people have -3 homing. One example is the skill Aura Cannon at long range, which is its optimal tracking range. Freya actually needs to walk to the side as the move is being performed. And just as the move is getting closer, she must take a pause, then jump instantly to the side. This can also work on moves like Finisher or Giga Rune as well. These moves homing seem to vary slightly, with Giga Rune being a little easier, and Aura Cannon and Finisher seem to be incredibly difficult to dodge. These are once again used best as a last resort. We'll be covering a greater variety of things in the next video. We'll come back to the character type specifics as more videos get made. If you're eager for more strategy videos, check out BloodNekoKius video for some more strategy on environmental hanging tips. If you like the video and want to see more, let me know. If you think I should be focusing on other subjects, also let me know. If you want to see and read more, you can subscribe to know when a new video is put out. Also, check out the site phantomdusted.com for all sorts of things on the game and the community.